Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of Reforge Gaming talking about the latest Fortnite leaks, the live event leaks. I think adds more to my Fortnite MMORPG theories. I've been theorizing about this for a while, and the more I see them do these big live events with big sort of open world battles, the more I think it adds to that theory. So I'm going to walk through the leaks right here at the beginning of the video before we get into the discussion. We do daily live streams that are topic focused and we debate them at length. Then we head over to Reforge Radio for more gaming news. It's a little bit more news focused. This is a little bit more topic focused. I'm going to bring everybody over from the redirect. This morning we talked about God of War Ragnarok and the release date news that had been rolling out. More clues and more insight into the fact that that game is in fact probably launching just this year. But what we want to do is, like we do with all of our videos, we like to start right here with what we call a Reforge update. It's a great way for you to get everything I think right at the beginning of the video before you watch the live discussion. This is a Reforge update. A Fortnite live event leak is adding to my MMORPG theory. Something I've been trotting out for a very long time is that the Fortnite Battle Royale is a testing ground for a much bigger game. Recently, they've also released the Fortnite Unreal Engine 5 editor to the public, or they will be, allowing people to do essentially what Roblox does, make their own little games and worlds and make money from it. If you like these quick updates, hit subscribe and the bell button. That way you don't miss these uploads. Now, obviously, the Roblox thing that they're working on and the engine editor, along with my theory of an MMORPG, something much bigger than the Battle Royale, could be intertwined. So let's just talk about the Doomsday event, the leak, and the return of the Bear Robot. The live event is looking to end Season 2 into Season 3, according to GamingIntel.com. Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 2 V20.40 live event was leaked. A new leak by FNBR Intel on Twitter has seemingly confirmed that a live event will be occurring between Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 2 and Season 3. Now, the files had a string added with the latest Fortnite update, all but confirming that the live event is likely to be happening soon, and they are trending right now. Everyone's speculating. All the Fortnite streamers are streaming, and they're all talking about it. And I think there's just a lot here. I think these really big live events are what you could see in an MMORPG. World events, public events, giving a world this sense that it's alive. Also, there are factions doing something in the game. There's a Doomsday device that was revealed in this leak, and it's the IO are doing it, the Imagined Order. They're building a Doomsday device in the current story of Fortnite, and it seems that the terrifying device is set to finish destruction soon, or construction soon, sorry. Now, the IO is the Imagined Order. It's a faction in Fortnite Battle Royale. It was introduced in Chapter 2, Season 2, and they've been active for, thousands of years. So this idea that they are creating factions in the game that are impacting the world just adds credence to something bigger. Why do you need factions in a battle royale? Factions are typically something you see in RPGs. They're seen in living worlds, places where you can pledge your allegiance. So you've got factions, they've got these huge live events. They're constantly changing the map and the world, and the return of the Bear Robot. Fortnite tweeted on May 17th in the wake of all the speculation about the leaks, all but confirming that the Big Bear Robot is returning. If you missed it, I actually experienced this live. It was spectacular. It was something I'd never experienced in a game world before. This giant robot came up out of the map and fought this big monster that came onto the map. And you could fly around with a jetpack and just watch it happen with everybody else in the server. It was truly remarkable. 100 some odd people just watching this event transpire. I think that is a clear picture of what large-scale world events could be like, and they are testing out the stability, the interest, and just how much they can do. The in-game events with concerts are another small glimpse into just how much they could take a living MMORPG and make it something more than just a battle royale. This probably ties into a lot of the Metaverse theories that are out there as well. Doing all of this just for a battle royale seems like only a fraction of what it could be used for. It could be used for far more. You've got factions, world-changing events, big world events with large monsters, in-game PvE events right now where you're defending positions on the map, the recent no-build changes with traversal changes, giving the game a more traditional traversal feel, something that felt almost action-adventure. I'm telling you, there is more beneath the surface here than just monsters and robots. Fortnite's building something big, and it's not just a battle royale. As always, check out Reforge Gaming where I stream these discussions live, and hit subscribe and the bell button. I'll see you in the next one. Yo, that outro was solid gold. I made that up on the fly. That was solid freaking gold. There's more beneath the surface than just monsters and robots. Like you, that was I'm giving myself a little bit of props for that one. That one felt really good. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think this is true? Are you on my side here? Does this leak, these live events, continue to add credence to my theory? Is there more coming? Is there something bigger than just a battle royale afoot here? I'm telling you, they're not. There's tanks, there's vehicles, there's building, there's monsters, there's these big, huge live events. I don't see this being the end game of just having a nice big battle royale. Shervier with a $5 tip through Super Chat. I disappear often because of work, but when I come back, I remember I love this guy's voice. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment as well as the tip through Super Chat. Guys, remember, we did redirect you to a new stream, so do me a favor. It's massively helpful if you switch to live chat so you can see what everybody's saying, and then smash that like button. Let's just scream all the way to 100 likes really, really quickly. Fortnite can be good or bad for us. We cover it infrequently. Obviously, it draws in a very different crowd, but I continue to think they could build one of the best, if not one of the most popular MMORPGs in existence. The switch to Unreal Engine 5, they're on every dadgum platform. Their monetization practices have been brilliant. I think they could build something that would just be undeniable in the industry. Their biggest challenge, I think, would be servers, because they had to shut down Paragon servers just to have enough for Fortnite at one point. Love it or hate it, Fortnite's been a huge innovator in the gaming industry with live events in the standard for constant updates. How tall is Lono? I'm 5'6". The building is what kept me away from Fortnite. I was bad at building. From the leaks, they are trying to involve the player in these larger fights a lot more. Right, Tame, that is what I'm talking about. That is pointing to more than just a fun event you can say you were there for. They're testing things. They want to see, what can this game do? What can the engine do? What does the player? What do the players do? How does the community respond when they do these types of events? I think there is a lot going on here. I don't think that they're primarily concerned with the BR and doing fun things in the BR. I think they have a much bigger vision for these changes and these events than just the battle royale. Fortnite has seen what happens with other battle royales. They are popular, but there is only so much innovation that can be done to keep things fresh. Need to pivot to something bigger eventually. See, I've never even considered that was why they're doing it a la Park, but I do think that's an element of the strategy that, hey, the battle royales eventually hit their peak. They eventually plateau, and then they will slowly over time decline. Not that means they're in any danger, but they might be saying that MMORPGs are something that are also really ongoing and do the same thing. They hit their peaks and then they have that slow decline, and then they try to have their big comeback. So I could definitely see that playing a part in the strategy. They're looking at the numbers and saying, listen, this type of growth is unsustainable. We need something else for people to have that ongoing relationship with. If you don't cannibalize your own sales, someone else will, said Steve Jobs. Right. Someone else will swoop in. Wasn't Fortnite an actual game prior to BR? The Fortnite Save the World experience actually gives me a little bit, I think, of more credence to the theory, because it proves they have PvE chops. They had skill trees. The skill trees and the depth of PvE was elaborate, almost too elaborate. It was a little bit like drinking from a fire hose, but it shows that they could come up with the integral systems and the depth and the breadth needed for a successful MMO MMORPG. That's one of the biggest challenges to an ongoing MMORPG or just an ongoing live service RPG, is that you need the depth and the breadth. You need a reason for people to log back in every day. You need a reason for people to come back every season, every week, every month. And the way that they built those skill trees in that game, I happen to think that they have the chops to do it. Now, I don't know if the Save the World team got completely pushed over to Battle Royale, because they continue to support Fortnite Save the World with updates for a while. I don't know the last time that they've done that, right? I don't know the last time that they did a big update for Save the World, but that team could have shifted from Save the World to saying, listen, you guys need to build an MMORPG. There was also the leak, I didn't include this in the open, and I should have included this. There was also the leak about them testing an RPG limited time mode. Not the RPG, not the rocket propelled grenade, but the actual RPG, role-playing game. And it was sort of like a fantasy. You remember they had like the banana with the sword and the wizard with the staff, and they had all the people that looked like a four-man dungeon crawler squad is kind of what it looked like. It almost harkened back to Gauntlet a little bit. I think that could be another indication of the testing. And maybe they shelved that because they thought it was going to be maybe a little bit too close to the actual end article. You guys have to think, Save the World portion of the game has been in their plans a long time. Back to the first announcement for Fortnite over 10 plus years ago, the Battle Royale gave them the funding. Right, we can build something significantly bigger than Save the World. MMO stands for Massive Multiplayer Online Game. Online. Lono said he was going to the store and he never came back. I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're not engaging with me. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm not sure what you guys are joking about. In God of War Ragnarok, trying to find out who is going to win, Kratos or Thor. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to end up with his hammer. I think we're going to end up killing him. I think it'll be a weapon add to our arsenal. I only play RPGs that have RPGs. There you go. Drinking from a fire hose, I like that analogy. An MMO or Diablo-style game would work beautifully with Fortnite's engine. I don't know if you've been seeing these trailers coming out, but there's trailers for RPGs and games coming out that are in the art style. I mean, look at Immortals Phoenix Rising, right? Look at Immortals Phoenix Rising. Like, Immortals Phoenix Rising looks like Fortnite in essence, and the combat and the world and the map and everything was awesome, right? It was awesome. Like, they did a really good job with that game. And imagine Fortnite in a map that size, in a world that size, and having really great skill trees and all these RPG elements. Imagine Fortnite as a looter, right? Imagine Fortnite as a looter. The colors are there. Okay, you got gray, you got gray, green, blue, purple, gold. You go all the way up, and imagine it as a looter. 200 mothers in here and only 60 likes. Yeah, guys, let's get the first 100 likes. We're off to a weird start with this stream. I'm not sure what's going on. Somebody said redirect failed. That might be why. I've been watching a long video about the evolution of MMORPGs. We're like an hour in, and we just got to World of Warcraft. Jiminy Christmas. Tame says, I think even the collabs are their confirmation that they want to make an expansive world and create 2.0. It will only further their goal. I like some of the hints towards Metaverse, a Roblox world where they let people build stuff and make money. That might be what they're building. Funny enough, my theory is big and a little harebrained. What they're doing might be even bigger than that. What they're doing might be even bigger than what I'm saying. Like, they could be doing something bigger than just an MMORPG. They could be like, no, that's what we were originally going to do. We're going to do a Fortnite Metaverse now. Full of games built by the community, and then you can make tons of money just like the people in Roblox do. What I've learned so far, people love playing games together even if it's only a text-based game. Funny enough, I remember one of the first online games I ever played was a message board, and you could get in food fights, and you could type certain food commands toward another person, and with ASCII art, it would like splatter like a watermelon on their screen as the as the message board text went up on the screen, like as it scrolled. Mario Maker Fortnite Edition. Right. Exactly. Is Fortnite leaning into the metaverse? That's what I'm thinking, Ash. I'm thinking, because Epic invests all this money in Lego, so does Sony. They're talking about building a Roblox game. Recently, the Fortnite Unreal Engine 5 editor is going to be released to the public, and you'll be able to create games and make money off of those games, the same way people have made money off of Roblox. So in my mind, it's possible that the testing ground of Fortnite Battle Royale has been for something significantly larger than just an MMORPG. They want an entire world of games and mini games and all this stuff that you'll be building and then subsequently selling and allowing people to engage with in that Fortnite metaverse. So an MMORPG could certainly be attached to this, but it could almost be like a sister to it, and not the main meal. It could be more of a sister application and say, oh well, the MMORPG's over here, but the actual meat is the metaverse, and that's where people are going to live, and that's where people are going to sell their stuff. And I think that's a very distinct possibility that in general their plans just continue to go up and up and up and evolve and evolve and evolve and evolve. Because think of it this way, look at Save the World, and then look at what they potentially are doing with all this testing, and then they build something like an MMORPG, and then look at their recent language about doing Metaverse, doing Roblox, releasing the Unreal Engine 5 Fortnite editor. It's almost like there's this trajectory. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, which may be pushing back what I'm talking about. Because the leak with the MMO, the leak with the Fortnite like RPG limited time mode, that leak may have got completely shelved and shoved back because of all of this. They're looking into the metaverse. Aren't they looking into the metaverse? Yes. So if you think of it like this, they had a concept for Save the World that they slowly added to, then they did Battle Royale. They continued to push out updates for Save the World. Let's say they shelved that and said, we can make something bigger, we can make an MMORPG. Then the metaverse talk starts, and they're like, wait. Instead of metaverse, instead of MMORPG, what if we did metaverse? What if we leaned into this and created an entire world of people making and selling their own games? Because we just ported Fortnite to the Unreal Engine 5. Let's release the Unreal Engine 5 editor for Fortnite to the public and make a Roblox metaverse of games. So it's possible they're not even doing MMORPG anymore. I think they could. I think it could be one of the most successful, most played, most popular MMORPGs out there. I was fascinated to learn about MUDs. I had no idea. They were way before my time. I want a multiplayer 4K 60 FPS version of Ancestors, The Humankind Odyssey. I remember that game looking pretty good. Why Lego? I can't wrap my head around it. Because Lego is likely looking at the fact that they actually do very well in the gaming space, and it's a recognizable brand. So imagine Lego coming out with something the likes of Roblox, and they're one of the most recognizable toy kid brands in existence. Multi-user dungeons, text-based games. Oh, multi-user dungeons and text-based games. Yeah. I remember doing like message boards. That was the thing that me and my brothers did. Guys, we need 10 more likes for the first 100 likes. We are off. It's just such a bizarre start. It usually chat's a little more. It might be because it's Fortnite. Somebody said the redirect failed, so we might be waiting for a bunch of our lurkers to realize it and come over and add to the convo. They just announced a Greedfall sequel. I could only try the MUDs at university. I didn't have Linux at home. Coding MySpace, the good old days. If Fortnite starts selling land in the multiverse, then you know the great race is on. Right, because we've talked about this before with like NFTs and crypto integration into video games, and NFTs being one of those things, and how Fortnite could be one of the games to do it successfully, you know. Trying to find out when the merge account coming is back to Fortnite. Oh, you need to merge two accounts? Why did they shut that down? Were people doing nefarious things? Because I know there was a lot of account selling. They recently nailed that guy. They won that court case against that guy who was selling cheats and accounts. And they took him to the freaking cleaners. If Fortnite goes meta, I'm throwing away my PC. I'm meta with Fortnite, but I'm here for Lono. Even if you're not interested in Fortnite, I think it's an interesting discussion to be like, there's this Fortnite live event that gets leaked for the end of this season to hand off into the next. And these events just seem bigger and grander and crazier every time. They don't seem like, oh, this is just something fun to do in a battle royale. I just don't think so. Toby said it, says Toasty. I put the link to the MMO video in Discord. The history of MMOs and where it all went wrong. There you go. Speaking of text-based games, anyone remember Gemfire? No, I don't remember that. I had to switch to a different stream for this one. I was confused. I hate Fortnite, but I love Lono. True, the Ariana Grande thing was big. Yeah, they continue to do these concerts and things, and it's just like, as an experiment, the way that they've treated this property and the way that it's been successful, it's just been, I don't know. You can't look at it and be like, well, I don't like Fortnite. I saw yesterday they did a little show for smaller artists in a creative map, allowing a smaller person to be recognized in a bigger way. That's another thing that I could see the metaverse turning into is imagine a record company building a concert hall in the Fortnite metaverse and then charging tickets every week to concerts of the bands or like album releases or album leaks. You know what I'm saying? If you've got a new song from Lady Gaga or some K-pop band or something, and you leak it, or not leak it, you do a big reveal of that song as a concert in a Fortnite metaverse, the potential for money would surpass the monetary success of Fortnite as a battle royale. It's probably just gonna be like that experience, but a whole universe that players can travel. Fortnite's such a monster. What it does matters. Right. What they're doing is impacting the industry. If you think about the number of people switching to Unreal 5 is related to Fortnite. The amount of money that Epic made on Fortnite, they lowered the royalty payout if you use their Unreal Engine. It's free to use, but you pay them royalties off of your game. They lowered that royalty payout because of how much money they were making from Fortnite, okay? Fortnite's impacted that. So Unreal Engine 5 adoption is related both to the tech itself, it's good tech, but also Fortnite's success has made it more appealing. People are like, well, we don't have to pay Epic as much. Fortnite's our version of Ready Player One movie. Random virtual coffee shop gigs by big bands, sign me up. Right. And the record labels could build it all. They could say, listen, let's just get some coders. They go in, build some concert halls, build some, coffee shops and like you would go to essentially imagine in this Fortnite, whatever it is, metaverse. You go in and there's an entire planet of Atlantic Records, sort of the Atlantic Records planet. And when you go there, they have everything from big concert halls to like little venues, and all their different artists could be doing different things, revealing albums, doing concerts. They could do live AMAs, all these things in like an immersive like metaverse experience. How exactly is Fortnite a metaverse? Epic Games Magnum Opus explained. So it already is a metaverse? Is that what they're claiming in this article? Because I think the creative environment in Fortnite is already laying the groundwork for what I'm talking about. It's like a microcosmic version of a metaverse. If you look at the creative environment that they built, it's really, really cool. This is posted on April 15th, so a month ago, by Conan the Video Game is the website, conanthevideogame.com. Epic Games has been focused on creating a Fortnite Metaverse for some time. As fans tire of the constant collaborations, the developers have entirely different plans. Epic's Magnum Opus will be a unique metaverse. I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger on the screen here. A unique metaverse where fans can fulfill all their pop culture needs. The Battle Royale game is slowly becoming a completely free platform that can digitally host everything from music to games and movies to TV shows. Naturally, whenever gamers hear about the concept, they ask what exactly is a Fortnite metaverse. The answer lies in everything that has happened over the past 2 seasons. The BR game has already hosted several concerts, comedy stories, and even political talk shows for fans around the world. It honored content creators and sports enthusiasts with icon series skins that loopers love to don during their games. So this article is essentially saying they've already laid the ground for a metaverse. They're already doing it. Lono can have his live streams in the Fortnite world. Right. He says the devs talk about it. Okay, so do they interview devs? Here's a quote from one of the devs. Our approach from the beginning, or our goal, has been how to create a truly large-scale entertainment. How to create truly large-scale entertainment. And I still think the way to do that is through narrative conceit. I don't know what he means by that. Fortnite is becoming more and more of a platform with each passing day. Whether you like them or not, all of these collabs set up Donald Mustard's plan to create a metaverse where you can play as Kratos driving a Ferrari with Ariana Grande and Thor. Excited to see what the future holds. So that's exactly what I've been trying to say. It's like they're doing something that is more than just... They're not just creating a battle royale. Is that what Fortnite players are referred to as, loopers? I have no idea why they referred to them as loopers, but I don't know. I've never heard that before, but that person wrote that. I've never called them that. I've never heard them called that. Isn't there already a game that lets you make your own games? Yeah, Roblox. The central conceit of work of fiction is the underlying fictitious assumption, which must be accepted by the audience with suspension of disbelief, so the plot may be seen as plausible. Loopers is not a sports term? What does that even mean? I don't know. I've never heard it before. Loopers. What's the term mean? Loopers. Loopers definition. A caterpillar or moth. I don't know why she called them that. It doesn't even make any sense. Maybe she meant to type players. PL is right next to LO, and then AYERS LOOPER. I don't know how. I don't know how. Unless they typed it on a mobile device and it auto-corrected or something to loopers instead of players. I explained it. It's because the story of Fortnite players are stuck in a loop, so we're referred to as loopers. Oh. So the narrative of Fortnite continues to loop. I understand. Okay. If you're just tuning in, the Fortnite live event leak that is happening, Fortnite Chapter 3 is, well, I guess it's Season 2 going into Season 3 inside of Chapter 3. It's really confusing. So right now we're in Fortnite Chapter 3, but we're in Fortnite Season 2, and it's about to go into Fortnite Season 3 inside of Fortnite Chapter 3. Figure that one out. Anyways, so as we transition into the next season, there's a Fortnite live event that I believe adds credence to my theories about the fact that Epic Games is building something bigger than the Fortnite Battle Royale. I believe they are building something tantamount to an MMORPG or the what volume are we in, right? Or a Metaverse. I feel they've kind of already laid the groundwork for the Metaverse, a giant game with games inside of it and things that you can create. If you're new and you've never been here before, I'd love to hear from you. Hit subscribe, chime in the chat. We've asked this question before. I want to see if people have changed their mind. Let's do this. which would you prefer or engage with, right? Fortnite MMORPG, Fortnite Metaverse, or neither. Which would you prefer or engage with? A Fortnite MMORPG, a Fortnite Metaverse, or neither? You're like, nah, I don't want any part of Fortnite. There's probably a lot of you here that are going to say neither. Volume 1, Season 22, Chapter 69, District 9, Apartment Number 420. There it is. So a movie reference, and we got 69 in there, nice, and we got 420, blaze it up. You did it. You successfully implemented every meme that could have been memed for a number meme. Aren't most games like that, or do you mean the constant repetition like the game that we don't talk about? No. I think they're saying that Fortnite is different because it's a literal time loop. Like they are stuck in a loop. It's not that, no, there's plenty of games where you repeat what is referred to as a content loop. She wasn't calling them loopers because of a content loop. She was calling them loopers literally because of the narrative that they are stuck in a loop. That's why. Metaverse is always going to be a hard pass for me. Here's the reason that I can't dismiss Metaverse, okay? At first blush, Metaverse seems just bizarre and abstract. I think that's one of the major problems with it right now. So a Fortnite Metaverse with all these mini games in it or whatever, it just seems abstract, and you've got like almost no way of like wrapping your hands around it. Okay, giggity. So you're sort of left wondering, like, would I even engage with this? I don't even know what it is. It's just this abstract concept. It would be like me saying, hey, we're going to go to this amusement park, and do you want to go on the Dune Slayer? And you're like, I don't know what that is. Is it a roller coaster? Is it a ride? Is it something inside? Is it a water ride? You don't know, right? So when someone's like, oh, are you going to play the Metaverse? Are you going to go into the Metaverse? And it's like, I don't know. How would I know? How would I know if I'm going to enjoy that or I'm going to play that? Doesn't Metaverse mean in-game universe? Metaverse is the idea of, this is the best way I've tried to explain what in the world the Metaverse is. So the way that we refer to the internet just sort of generically as a colloquialism, we just say the internet. Anybody can create a website on the internet and you can go to it. And then you can leave that website and go to another website on the internet, right? The Metaverse is going to be tantamount to the internet, a place where you go and there's just different shops, different experiences, different games, anything you could think of. Anything something that somebody can create digitally, anything that can be experienced digitally will be in the Metaverse. Do you want to go play a game of bowling with your friends? Do you want to learn how to ride horseback? Do you want to sit on a beach? Do you want to go to a store and buy something for your character? You know, it's essentially going to be a virtual space. Yeah, you can go touch virtual grass. That's right. If you don't know what the Metaverse is, I recommend watching Ready Player One, as the movie is entirely based on it. Yeah, Ready Player One kind of gives you a glimpse into it, sure. Metaverse isn't going to be nearly as cool as we were hoping it will be, not anytime soon. It's going to be full of ads and data collection. Yeah, I think the way you get adoption and the way you get people to go in and play it is it needs to become integral to your social existence. The way that we interact with social media, the way that we interact with cell phones, these are these are the only ways that you're going to get people to adopt into the Metaverse. Because people will be like, why would I go in there? It doesn't make any sense to me. So you would say, I think you would have to say, the reason you go in is more than just like a gaming angle. There has to be like a social integrative angle, or there's no reason for people to go into it. My wife and kids love Fortnite. It isn't my cup of tea. Would love to see some sort of RPG become a thing. I would play the snot out of a Fortnite MMORPG. I would. It looks like people are tied between... There's a poll at the top of the chat. If you haven't taken it yet, if you can hear my voice, you're listening and lurking, take a moment to smash the like button and vote on the poll. Those points of engagement on the video are so important. It just takes a couple of clicks. Which would you prefer to engage with? A Fortnite MMORPG, a Fortnite Metaverse, or neither? Fortnite MMORPG is leading, with neither following it up behind. Yeah, I like that Metaverse. Yeah. They got the Overwatch chick. They got Chun-Li. They got a Skellyman. Yeah. That's good stuff. It will never replace physical interaction. Yeah, I don't necessarily know if it's about replacing Revive. Think about it like this. Text messaging has not fully replaced phone calls, but it certainly has minimized it, has it not? People make less phone calls now. They do more texting than they do calling because it just became more integral to how people communicated. So, interacting with people in the metaverse, if it becomes more integral into the way that people interact, then it will minimize physical interaction. Right now, the way that we use technology has already minimized our physical interaction with people. Eugene says, I don't want to interact with people IRL. Not going to want to spend my virtual time with them either. Right. Maybe it won't take off, Eugene. People are like, people? What do I want to interact with people for? People think that calling is an act of aggression. That's right. It automatically discards the idea in mind as something cool and creative. It's just a honey trap for whales. That's the mindset or decision makers and their holy grail. The worst problem for Metaverse and its primary purpose is not to create great world, but to create the greatest money machine ever. That's the main goal every company is trying to do. This is the issue with NFTs. This is why NFTs have had a huge bust recently, because everybody doing it was just trying to make money very quickly. The same thing will happen in a metaverse. The early adopters, the people that try to get in there quick to make the quick buck, they're going to be very, 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 very quickly ushered out, I think. I don't think it'll last. Just like I think all of the NFT scams didn't last. You know? Think about how you went from static pages of text to interactive pages with lots of media. It's just another step along that line, going from media to virtual spaces. That's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right. I agree with that. He's doing it right now. That's right. I text for convenience, says Abe, but if I want to have an actual conversation, I call. Zubair says, what we were doing this very instance was a far-off dream in the days of CompuServe and dial-up AOL. Yeah, if you think about, if you grew up in the era of AOL Instant Messenger, MSN Messenger, and like IRC chat, if you grew up in that era, what we're doing now is insane. The fact that you're watching a live broadcast and typing to other people watching that live broadcast, that's just, it's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers, historically speaking. Just got here, what are we talking about? The Fortnite live event leak that has been discovered with reference to Fortnite Chapter 3 and how they're going to be ending Fortnite Season 2. Going into Fortnite Season 3, there will be some sort of a live event. I've continued to say that these big live events, the factions, the in-game PvE events, the Fortnite Battle Royale is a testing ground for something significantly bigger. That's been a theory of mine for a very, very long time. I think it's some form of an MMORPG. Now, I'm actually saying in this stream that I think they're going to go even bigger and further than an MMORPG. I think they're potentially going to be doing something with the Metaverse. A high-quality video broadcast at a resolution we didn't even imagine of in 640-480 days. There's also a wide array of them. Some never need to see another person. Oh, yeah. Lawyers hate people, too. We are all living in the metaverse via this platform right now, minus digital avatars. Yeah, I mean, you're essentially going onto the internet, and the internet's already, in essence, In essence, the internet's already a metaverse to a certain degree. Draxter says they can succeed in creating a metaverse if it will be another evolution of social media. They need to separate it from gaming. I think it will fail as a gaming experience. I think fundamentally there will be gaming metaverses that are incredibly successful, and there will be some that absolutely bust. I think that is true. Ragnarok this year, how to spot a bot, DLC. LOL. Somebody went back and commented on this morning's VOD. If you missed this morning's VOD, got a little spicy. It got a little spicy talking about the God of War Ragnarok release. Got a little spicy, but that's okay. Just make everything as a portal. Well, I think that's what a lot of it's going to come down to. I think a lot of it will come down to you're just going to create portals. You're just going to create certain... Again, it's like the internet. It's just virtual. It's like the internet. It's just going to be like a virtual experience. You're going to be able to go in and see people walking around, flying around, riding around, virtual storefronts. All these things are going to be right there smack in front of your face, and you'll be able to go wherever you want. You're going to be able to do whatever you want. That's going to be... I think that's going to be the thing that really hooks people is the freedom. Now, the monetization, the monetization is one of the big elements that I think should scare people personally, because the monetization means that you're going to have opportunists potentially ruining everything. You know, you have good new technology, blockchain technology, you have NFTs, and look what happened. It took literally less than a year for scam after scam after scam to come out. Just a bunch of snake oil, and now the bust is here. The bust has happened. You know, this is a phone-in radio show for me. What do you mean? Oh, you want to call in on this one? Well, if you're a member on radio, I have no problem with you saying, hey, you talked about this on gaming and I want to call in about it. If you're a paying member on Reforge Radio, you can call in and reference anything from the day. It doesn't have to be limited, you know. It doesn't have to be limited. They have essentially done that with the creator mode, except the portal is just a menu screen. Sorry I missed the talk, stupid meetings. No worries, Fuzzy. Roblox is a gaming metaverse, and it is successful. Tame says, it might be a stretch, but I was surprised when PlayStation and Xbox put their big gaming characters in Fortnite, making me think Epic showed them their plans a little, and that gave them the early scoop. Right, like, Fortnite goes to these platforms and says, we're doing more than the Fortnite Battle Royale. We're doing a Fortnite MMORPG. We're doing a Fortnite Metaverse. Like, just look at the Fortnite live event. Just look at them. The way they're designed, they're not just building a battle royale. They are building something far bigger and far grander than just a big map where you run around and shoot people. It's plain as day. There were mechs. There were planes. There was all different kinds of cars. There's been dinosaurs on the map, for Pete's sakes. I hope you can stay at home and play my offline games because I'm an old nerd, says Raging Snake. Metaverse is what would happen if the internet were a VR open world game. That's right. That's right. Once you pick and watch a movie, you transition into a traditional movie experience, but you have a virtual room full of people. Yeah, imagine going to the theater with your friends and that's how you go. Are you saying Lono is phoning it in? Yeah, I don't know if he's slamming the topic today or if he's slamming what I'm doing. YouTube is a metaverse, I meant. Oh, YouTube versus a metaverse. I understand what you're saying. Guys, smash that like button and take our poll at the top of the chat. If you're just tuning in about the Fortnite live event, the leaks that happened, I think it's clues to something far bigger than the Fortnite Battle Royale. I continue to trot out this theory. Give me 1 second. Get the prints off the couch? One paper, yeah. I did a early print for somebody this morning because we had one from yesterday that I didn't put out. Yeah, I can have that. I'll have that at the end of the day. I Maybe I'll have it. We'll see. Sometimes when I'm on the phone with him, I'll have one. That's why nothing. I had one yesterday and I came up and had dinner. Just fine. I was up on time. Chad, I'm being attacked right now by my wife. I always felt like Fortnite.
No, it's not. Is this working?
Yeah, it's working.
I brought you lunch. Is that being attacked?
No, that's not being attacked. You did bring me lunch. Thank you. I always felt like Fortnite made a sandbox where even the characters they add can do things that they wouldn't outside of that world. What do you mean, Jay Vindictive? Where the characters they add can do things that they wouldn't outside of that world. Epic has plans that one could say are truly epic. Oh my gosh, stop. I like this metaverse idea. I don't want to actually see my friends anyway, so now they can ignore my messages when I ask them to go grab a virtual beer. It'll be just like real life. Gosh, that's depressing. Lono, blink twice if you need help. What's Madam's take on the Fortnite news? She doesn't care. She just walked away. That's a real great reason to have a membership on Reforge Radio. Once we hit 200 members over there, every Monday will be a Madam show where she'll roast you guys and your thoughts, opinions, your gameplay, anything you submit to the Madam Roast Room. It could also be my gameplay. Eugene already took care of that. What is people? I hope one day. I read that. Metaverse is what would happen. I read that. Plead the fifth. Lono, Madam is leading you. No one expected to see Master Chief dancing. Oh, is that what that's what he's saying? I always felt like Fortnite made a sandbox where even the characters they add do things that they wouldn't outside of that world. So like you bring in Kratos or Master Chief and you have them doing weird things that they wouldn't ordinarily do anywhere else. Right. No. I get that. If they do it wrong, says Draxer, I mean monetization, then Metaverse can become a paradise for shady things like money laundering, just like the people that got caught on Purple. Yeah, yep, exactly. If you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about the Fortnite live event leak. And there was even, I should have included this in the open, so I'm going to try and reference it a little bit more now when we talk about it. There was a Fortnite RPG limited time mode leak that I think was potentially related to a lot of the experiments that they've been doing. I think it's all related. How cool would it be if you could take a Superman skin and enjoy his abilities in this world of Fortnite? Not too far off, considering they have done it with the Mythics in the past and an Iron Man Mythic. I mean, the fact that they built it in Unreal 5 tame, and we've seen some of these Spider-Man and Superman tests with the Unreal 5 engine, for sure. I mean, they put Spider-Man in the dadgum game when you were, web slinging around. What are you talking about? Doing the Gangnam Style is super in character for Kratos. Doing Gangnam Style for Kratos, that's right. Letting you live out your fantasy all you want. Right. All of my assumptions are based on it not just sucking. The greatest idea ever executed poorly is gonna suck. Right. No, yeah, I mean, yep. It's one of those things where you can have the greatest idea ever. You can have the greatest idea ever, and poor execution would ruin it. I mean, I've seen this in games, I've seen this in projects, I've seen this in businesses all of the time. And it could be one of the reasons that this entire Fortnite thing has just continued to get kind of shoved back, because the way I trotted it out a little bit ago is, the way I look at it, they essentially started with Save the World, and then Battle Royale. I honestly think what Battle Royale was born out of is they created a testing environment for Save the World, and they thought, wait a minute, this might be something. Just like Rocket League was something that two guys made for themselves and they shelved it, and then it came out years later and it's one of the most popular free-to-play games, okay? So if you think about it, the Save the World being the beginning and the Battle Royale coming second makes sense, because the Battle Royale was likely born out of a testing environment. Hey, let's go into that big map and let's test stuff out. and they probably started fighting each other and shooting each other and started thinking, man, this is really fun. I wouldn't be surprised one day if there's a documentary into Fortnite and the devs talk about that. They're like, yeah, Fortnite Battle Royale wasn't even really an idea. It was a total accident. We had this testing environment so we could just drop things into the world, bigger zombies, slower zombies, building challenges and fights. And we started fighting each other. And we realized that we had something. We had something special, you know. Getting in a fight with somebody out in an open field and being able to put up walls and ramps to get away and to protect yourself would be a pretty fun and unique experience. Because one of the things that would happen in PUBG and other popular battle royales is that you would spend 30 minutes getting everything set, winning your opening fights, walking all the way across the map, navigating zone, and then you hear a sound and you're dead. Some guy snipes you from a building or a hillside, and you're out. You're done. You're back to the lobby. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Fortnite Battle Royale was born out of something like that, just a testing environment where they were goofing around and having fun. Because that's what Rocket League was born out of, you know. If you guys are just tuning in, the Fortnite live event, it was leaked. It's coming. Fortnite leaks are all over the place, and we like to cover Fortnite periodically. I'm not really into Fortnite. We did it for Community Game Night, and it was a blast for members. So if you want to join us for Community Game Nights, make sure and become a member. Hit the join button. It's $5 a month. I have continued to say that I think the Battle Royale is a giant test for something larger. And I've expanded my theory beyond just an MMORPG. I believe they're building a Fortnite Metaverse that the Battle Royale is the fundamental testing ground for. That's what I think. All it takes is a hack, and then it turns into not safe for work. Well, for sure. Like, if you're just wandering, but you have to think of it like this, though, Smashville. Look at the way that the internet works. The internet is like a non-virtual metaverse. You can go to anything on the internet. You can go to sites that are really nasty. You can go to sites that are really wholesome, okay? So I think the metaverse will be just like that. You'll be wandering around the metaverse, and you'll go into a storefront or you'll go to an experience, and they'll say, this experience is intended for 18 and up. Are you 18? And similarly to how they do it now, they put that responsibility on the user. Are you 18? Yes. Like, that's all they do. They put that on you. Like, they're not going to sit there and make every person create an account or whatever and put in a credit card. That would kill their engagement on a lot of those adult sites. And I think that the metaverse will function in a very similar way, which you have to be thoughtful then as a parent. You have to be thoughtful as a guardian, like letting, young children into these environments. You got to be very, very cautious and careful. Hi, you are the best. Hello. If you're tuning in for Fortnite coverage, Mo says you secretly love Fortnite. Fortnite has a special place in my heart. It really, really does. It was a really fun experience when I started streaming it. It was fun for a little while. And it was the first game I started shoutcasting, which is one of the reasons I got into more main stage hosting work, like getting to be a shoutcaster for the Fortnite Microsoft Games event in New York. That was stellar. And then main stage E3 was undoubtedly related to the fact that I was getting into more than just hosting podcasts, but shoutcasting. I got to shoutcast a Fortnite, charity tournament all by myself that was awesome and cool. And yeah, I don't know. I think that it does. It has a special place. I don't like playing it now. I don't like getting shellacked by players that are out of my league who clearly play every day and they're build masters. But I thought the no build mode, I thought the Fortnite no build mode was brilliant. It was a brilliant stage in the evolution. That mode, the Fortnite no build mode, was one of the reasons I thought, oh, here we go. They're testing even more now. They're giving us new traversal. They're giving us new abilities. It feels almost like an action-adventure game. You're like running around and jumping and plowing through stuff. I'm telling you that there's more to the no-build mode than just let's just throw something crazy out there. Fortnite with no building. Because they made people play no building for like a week Why? They wanted to record data about what people did with the new traversal. They all but said that. They wanted to force people to have to use the new traversal. And I think it's because they wanted to collect data on how you use the new traversal. Lono wants skill-based matchmaking confirmed. No, skill-based matchmaking is why I end up playing those people. I don't want skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking is in Fortnite, and it's why I can't play for very long. I have a couple of good games, and then I get put in against players that are 1,000 leagues out of my league. You need to have someone create a creative map with just a big bag of your coffee with your laughter on a loop. I don't know, something weird like that. We'll create a virtual coffee shop in the Fortnite Metaverse. Yeah, we'll sell coffee there. The community night was the most fun I've had in a BR in a long time. It really was fun. It really was. I think next month's community game night with Fall Guys is just going to be stellar. I hope we have gifted memberships by then so we can just go nuts and have so many people there that night. Oh, that's going to be... June's going to be great. June's going to be a really fun month. That's true for YouTube too, says Zubair. A little hacking and it's all adult content, but that's easier said than done. Right, it's a whole lot easier to be like, yeah, they can hack all of YouTube and put a bunch of X-rated stuff on. Yeah, it's not that easy. Just put me in a world with bots and don't ever tell me. I love it. Disney officially replaces... Well, you shoot that. That is not the headline Disney wants right now. I'm surprised that has even gotten out. You can gift memberships on here. Gifted memberships is in beta right now, and we are hoping to have it very soon, if not by the end of the month. So, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the Fortnite live event leak, and I've been continuing to trot out that I think the Fortnite Battle Royale is a testing ground for something far bigger and far grander. And so if you're a big fan of Fortnite, be sure to hit subscribe and chime in the chat. We're doing a poll at the top of our chat. Fortnite MMORPG or a Fortnite Metaverse, which would you prefer to engage with? And MMORPG's winning, and then neither is next in line at 30%. Was that you that got stuck in the lake under the dock? That was a long time ago. I can't remember if it was you or not. There were so many times I got stuck underneath stuff, Smash. I mean, tons of people get stuck in that game underneath stuff. I don't know if that was me, though. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger, Zubair. Careful what you wish for. I just want to be able to virtually shoot Eugene when he gets all Eugene-y. Eugene. There's a name. Sorcerer says, I'll be there. Yeah. Challenge accepted. My experience over the years with Fortnite gameplay has been, it's been a love-hate relationship, because I remember I would spend all this time practicing and getting better, and then they would push out a patch and they would change build timing or weapon swap timing or reload timing, and I don't know. It was just like, it always felt like they were setting me backwards. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's called, but have you thought about doing donation sounds? I would love, you picked up a Titanite shard. I know, as a donation sound. I don't know if I want that playing on the stream that often, because people would totally troll it. I'd be getting $1 every other minute, and it would be obnoxious, and it wouldn't be worth the money. I'd rather you keep your $1 than be able to do that on my stream. We'd have to set a $1 limit for the sound, you know, maybe a little chingering, just like a bling when you do like $1. But if you do like, you know, I don't know, $10 or higher, you know, you picked up a Titanite shard. It may also be why Epic is fighting to not give Apple a cut on the iOS. They don't want to share that Metaverse money. Yeah, think about adding to my theory. Think about what Fortnite just did, allowing you to play Fortnite through a browser via the cloud technology. That's a great way to get around iOS's nonsense and be like, here you go. You can play through the browser, and you can access. That means you can access the Metaverse anywhere. Anywhere you have access to the internet, you could boot up and just play, and then they would use that the cloud technology. Wait until sub sound. Yeah. Wait until you just got frustrated. So one of my, I love that. That's like one of my most famous moments. It's just absolutely going off on some guy in chat, just losing my freaking mind on him. It was like 2 years ago. You were still on perp. I mean, homie, if you want me to remember 2 years ago, it's really hard to do right now. My life hasn't been the same since I found out Eugene never intended to be named Eugene. Yeah, Acts of Eugene. Yeah. And it's so one of those names too. You know what I mean? Eugene, you know? It's not like it's Acts of Thor, you know? So we all call him Thor, you know? I died laughing when I killed Radon and I talked to Alexander the Jar Dude afterwards and he hit me with wait until. He says that? He says wait until? After hearing his views, I'm not going to call him Axe. Like he's some sort of biker. He's very much Eugene. Maybe of. Call him of. And a custom shut up Omar when Omar re-ups. What's the Eugene story? Well, his username is Acts of Eugene. And one day he let out, he gave me grief because he was like, yeah, everybody calls me Eugene because of Lono. Because I called him Eugene a long time ago and I have ever since. Because you look at his name, I'm like, I'm not going to call you Axe. What's good, Axe? What's good? How are you, Axe? It's like, no, you have a person's name in your username. The game Leap hits early access June 1st. There's an open beta May 20th through the 22nd. It's a Pink Floyd song reference. Your lack of musical acumen is showing. Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with Pink Floyd, but I'm not that familiar. You know what I mean? Careful with that Axe, Eugene is a Pink Floyd song. Careful with that Axe, Eugene. There you go. It's a Pink Floyd song. Full lyrics. Full song lyrics. Down, down, the star is screaming beneath the lies. Lie, lie, touche, touche, touche. Careful, careful, careful with that Axe, Eugene. That's it. That's all. That's it. There's no more lyrics. That's all the lyrics. People give me a 50-50. I either get called Fuzzy or Muffin. Muffin? Oh, you're Fuzzy Dude. You were Fuzzy Muffin for a long time. Oh, you're Fuzzy Muffin in the Discord. Yeah, I just call you Fuzzy. Arch Enigma says, we have very little control over which part of our username gets pulled as the tag we are referred to. That's true. That's true. Because I think I've always called you Arch Enigma. I just call you the whole thing. His mama calls him Eugene. I'm going to call him Eugene. I didn't know it was a Pink Floyd reference either. Yeah, I listened to my fair share of Pink Floyd. I didn't know that. If you guys are just tuning in, we're not just debating about Pink Floyd. We're debating about the Fortnite live event leak. Do me a favor if you've been enjoying the show. Help us get 200 likes. I'm gonna tell you, there was not a lot of hot news today. So we were kind of just pulling stuff out of thin air, and this was one of the things we pulled out. There was not much to cover today. When I was still hashtag Abe, Lono would call me hashtag. Yeah, I remember that. What's good, hashtag? Hashtag Abe. Yep. Now you're going to tell me Zubair's name isn't Zubair. This is why you keep the name simple. That's right. That's right. Creator. Y'all are some youngins. I'm not young. I listened to Pink Floyd. I did not know when I saw his name that it was a Pink Floyd reference. Because I mean, what album is that even on? I mean, I listen to most of us that listen to Pink Floyd infrequently probably just center around Dark Side of the Moon. And that's about it. Is it on Dark Side of the Moon? Zubair's name is actually Steve. Yeah. No, well, his name is Steve when he's in the call center. I always feel so bad. I'm like, bro, your name is not Steve. what's your real name? And they tell you it, and you're like, all right, let's go back to Steve, you know? My name is Hashit. Well, all right, let's go back to Steve. He says, wow. I got a wow from Eugene on that one. There we go. It's so true. It's so true. You call in, you're like, these poor people have to use fake names for their job. I'm gonna have to go walk around the block after that one. Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy is delayed. All is well today in the Star Wars universe. Yeah. He's not quite sure how to make a movie. He doesn't have anything to ruin. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, I don't know how to do it. He's a great director, but I don't want Star Wars in his hands. What about Acts of Melvin? That'd have been a great, Melvin! Jerry Brockheimer publicly stated there's a chance Johnny could return. Kind of clickbaity. They didn't replace him. They're going with a new story and character. Oh, well, yeah. There's no way they'll recast Jack Sparrow. You can't do that. You would not be able to. That'd be like recasting Iron Man. The only way they're gonna get away with that is because of the multiverse. You'd have never gotten away with it without the multiverse. Yeah, we don't gonna go with this other guy over here instead of Robert Downey Jr. It wouldn't work. At least it's not as bad as people calling me Charles. Why would anybody call you Charles? Oh, is that like your real name? I mean, I've always called you Sean. The song was on Relics. Yeah, it's the Pirates Multiverse. That's right. With the Wokeometer discussion and now this, showing that this is truly a diverse community. I'm like, where'd you get Charles from Sean? Wait, so they literally see your name Sean and they call you Charles? Pirates of the Caribbean 5 featuring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Jack Sparrow. He's so big and always smiling. It would be so awkward. Oh, golly. I got tired of hearing my full tag, so I simply went to Toasty. Yeah, and I redubbed you Toby today. And Ryan Reynolds. And Ryan Reynolds as Barbosa. No, my name is Sean. Sean. I don't know where the heck they get Charles. I don't know how anybody looks at Sean and gets Charles. Oh my gosh. If you're tuning in for Fortnite news, we are not talking about that right now, but we are talking about, we want to hear what you think if you're a big fan of Fortnite. The Fortnite live event leak. What do you think? Am I right? Are they continuing to show that there is MMORPG potential with this game? Something far bigger than the Battle Royale. Now, I've actually expanded it today to say I think they're building something even bigger than an MMORPG. They are trying to build a Metaverse. They kind of already have. People call me creator all the time. I'm the member formerly known as Darth Fitzbane. You either called me Fitzbane or Darth. Oh, I remember that. I remember that username. Darth Fitzbane. Yeah. I've had this username for 15 years. This was the first place anyone said Eugene. Well, wait. Hang on a second, Eugene. You know. But y'all are okay with vampires being weak to silver. Wait, hang on, Eugene. Are you talking about places where people type? Because typically people type out the username. They typically do. But in a speaking environment, that's not true. Do you not talk in the other places? For some reason, when I hear Sean, I think of Heavy Rain. Oh, man. Dwayne "The Rock" Sparrow. Yeah. Oh, man. The code is more of what you'd call guidelines than actual rules. Yeah. The code. You best be believing in pirate stories, lass. He's supposed to be called Axe. Axe just sounds awkward. I've changed my name to Sorcerer simply because Reforge Gaming only states it. Yeah, Sorcerer. Sorcerer of Havoc. Sorcerer of Havoc. Homie, Xbox Live and PC voice chat. Not once. Okay. No. Here's the difference, Eugene. Here's the difference. I'm going to explain to you the difference. When you are in Xbox Live chat, people are typically going for the fastest thing they can say. Over here, Axe, come over here. They're saying the quickest thing they can. So saying Axe is quicker than saying Axe of Eugene, and it's certainly quicker than saying Eugene as well. So they're going for the fastest thing necessary. But in this environment, it's more personal. I'm calling you by a name. I'm not just trying to say the fastest thing possible. I'm trying to call you by a name. So sure, I can understand in a live gaming environment, somebody just latching onto Axe. I mean, like, over here. I guarantee you everybody called you Axe because it was fast. It was the fastest. Yeah, call-outs are different from speaking. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, they were going for the fastest thing they could say. I guarantee you the people on Xbox Live chat were not calling you Axe of Eugene. They were calling you Axe. But in this environment, I'm going to latch on to the name. You know, if somebody's name was, you know, the Hammer of Thor, I would call him Thor. If somebody came in here and they were like, you know, the Stinky Boot of Dave, I'd be like, what's good, Dave? Or I might call him Stinky Boot. I don't know. To be fair, I simplified to Toasty for convenience. Today, it was train wrecked into Toby. I can't win. I got tired of being called Toasty Buns, so I switched to Toasty. And then he freaking called me Toby. That name is funnier for a fan of The Office. Like, it actually has deeper meaning. My name was Achieved Rat. Most would call me Rat. We already know you can't read. So that, yeah. I mean, I can't read that well. I mean, that's part of the problem. I don't know how I got 2 degrees. I really don't. I don't know how I have a bachelor's and a master's. I don't know how I did it. I am very bad at reading. I actually have read tons of books, and I'm reading books every day. I've kind of gotten back in the swing with reading. But Buddy, in a video game, I'm like, I don't understand. And Tommy's like, you didn't read that right, Lono. You read half of it. Billy Buttcrack would be referred to as Billy. Yes, it would. Yeah. The son of Hillbilly Jack. Hillbilly Jack's son, Billy Buttcrack Jack. That's right. Don't worry, when people say my name, they go straight into Ocho Cinco, the football player. Jose Ocho? I mean, I just see Jose. I typed like a toddler a bunch of times and made my comment sound more official. Every time Lono says he can't read. Oh, he's probably searching for a GIF. There it is. I was elected to read. I was elected to lead, not read. That's right. As I misread the GIF about not being able to read. Stupendous. Stupendous. The next username I create is going to be Billy Buttcrack. That's my son's property. You can't take that. He was just being goofy. He's like, my name's Billy Buttcrack. And I was like, that is so good. That's excellent. That's excellent work. As he literally misreads the GIF. Yeah, I misread the GIF. That's right. That's right. He can sue me. Says the lawyer. He can sue me. Axe of Zubair. Yeah, that's all we need. That's all we need. Are we close to 200 likes? Oh my gosh. Come on. Jiminy Christmas. Have I missed the battle? Did Fortnite do the live event? No, there was a Fortnite live event leak. So every couple of weeks, there's a Fortnite leak. And this leak pertains to the event that's going to end Fortnite Chapter 3. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's Fortnite Season 2. Fortnite Season 2, Chapter 3. We're in Chapter 3 and Season 2. Got me rolling, Lono. How and why you came up with this? I don't even know what he's referring to. Wishbone's referring to something that I said at 1 hour and 1 minute in yesterday's stream. 101.12. 10112. Oh, getting a PS5 because your roommate died. Listen, things happen. You know what I mean? Steel Rising, see you tomorrow. What are they doing tomorrow? What's Steel Rising? Steel Rising is the next action RPG developed by Spider Games and published by Nakoon, coming to PC and next-gen consoles. What is this? Spider Games, French video games development studio since 2008, creators of Steel Rising, Greedfall, and Technomancer RPG. They must be doing some kind of a reveal tomorrow. They must be. I'm just going to reply to them and say, okay. Tomorrow? What tomorrow? We'll see what they have to say. Have they shown anything for their game yet? Steel ain't the only thing rising. Billy Buttcrack, my how our children surpass us. What were the other names he made up? I can't remember. I just remember there was one better than Billy Buttcrack. I wrote them all down. Like anytime my kids say something funny, I throw it in this notepad. He had like a whole list of names that were just, they were all pretty legendary. Hang on. Boing Boing Butt, Wiggles McBooty, Butt McStuffin, and Toot Toot McSpress. I mean, he's a poet, you know? He's a poet. He's a savant. I roundly reject the reasoning. It's just an excuse for your poor reading comprehension. Wait, me? I have poor reading? I believe you and the madam were playing upcoming Quarry game would be hilarious. Studio's follow-up to Until Dawn. Butt McStuffin. Yeah, that's... Butt McStuffin. You made the mistake and you're too deep in to admit it? Wait, me? You're saying that about me? You're also the only streamer who calls me Eugene. I didn't misread. I did not misread your name. I saw acts of Eugene and I thought, Eugene's a name. I like to use names. I unmuted the stream to Butt McStuffin. Wiggles McBooty. 6 years old, man. He's a freaking genius. Imagine a child's name. Imagine a child's name being Buttcrack, and they sign their work with that in school. The name's Buttcrack. Billy Buttcrack. What's this? Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida has said the company's planned acquisition of Bungie represents a major step forward in becoming more multi-platform. Yeah, they like having... Sony's changed, man. They like having... They do. They like having titles on other platforms. There's tons of money to be made. Do you know what gave them insight into that? Fortnite. Fortnite and negotiating with Epic gave them a window in like, oh my gosh, there's so much money to be made on all these other platforms. FYI, Sony showing this year's marketing deals, no Call of Duty. Of course not. Why would they throw Call of Duty into any of their marketing anything? Call of Duty's not going to get yanked from Sony, but why would they promote something that's not their product anymore? You know? So now what? Oh, he renamed himself Axe. Whatever, Eugene. He gets older. He wants to be taken more serious. He starts going by William Buttcrack. I'm going by William now, guys. You know? William Buttcrack. I'm using Wiggles McBooty if I ever go undercover. Yo, Sean, I hope you have like a super deep voice too. Like you checking in the hotel and they're like, "What's the name, sir?" Wiggles McBooty. I can't get my voice low enough to do it justice. You know what I mean? I need that low Barry White rumble, you know? Name's Wiggles McBooty. 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 So is it Axe or Eugene now? I'm never going to call him Axe. I'm not going to. He's Eugene. Here, in this place, he's Eugene. You know? Can't leave. John, the name follows John Kratos. Yeah. The game follows John Kratos. Yeah. I get sent a lot of... Yeah, I love this. I get sent a lot of emails from random marketing people who clearly know nothing about video games trying to sell me on some tenuously connected product or story. Mostly it's just annoying, but today I'm absolutely losing it at John Kratos. God of War takes place, and the game follows John Kratos as he delves into... John Kratos. That should have been our lead this morning. Kratos' true name revealed. And me like this on the thumbnail. John Kratos. Yeah, give me the full picture. Another installment to the God of War franchise, God of War takes second place with a score of 93 for the PC version of the game. The game follows John Kratos as he delves into a fantasy world of dragons and monsters, all for the sake of his son, Billy Buttcrack. One critic said, God of War is still one of the most entertaining, engaging, and impactful games to come out of Santa Monica Studios. John Kratos. Kratos would be so mad. He'd be extremely angry. You know, boy. Do not call me John, boy. I've got my gun pointed at you, John, boy. In that case, Loki is really Luke. That's right. Let's just start renaming all of them. Thor. Thor is actually Tony. Just nobody ever really had the heart to fix it, you know? They were writing his name, and there was an earthquake, and somehow Tony ended up looking like Thor. You know, Tony, God of Thunder. just doesn't quite have the same ring to it, you know? It just doesn't have quite the same ring to it. Starring Christopher Judge as John Kratos. Oh, man. I wonder. Did that go viral? Because I saw articles about John Kratos. Did her tweet go viral? 4,000 likes. That's close enough. The most piercing insight from this email. Gaming can be fun and challenging, which can be exciting for many. For many. It's so written by a bot. Mr. Jonathan S. Kratos, registered accountant, slayer of gods. Tony Stank. That's right. Is that Tony Stank here? Yeah, he's right here. Right here's Mr. Stank. That's right. What is on these apples? Well, Thor was going to be Thomas, but the pen ran out of ink halfway through M. That's right. I feel for John Kratos. Maybe it's too soon and maybe I'm out of line, but I miss Eugene. This axe guy is no fun. A $5 tip from East Coast Overlord. I never want to hear the metaverse again from people who don't understand the market. Love hearing it from you, though. Keep up the show. Slap like, folks. Thank you, East Coast Overlord. I'm glad that you approve of my my coverage. Anyone steak dippers? Yeah, when it's that dry and that overcooked barrier. Ugh. What a dadgum tragedy that is. I've never seen something more tragic in all my life. Eugene says, if I'm fun, I've failed. I can never see Eugene's reactions like I can see Lono's. I hope I never push it too far. Eugene, will you let me know if I make you cry? I just really like the comeback. It's congratulations. Yeah, this isn't even well done. This is congratulations. Yeah, that is rough, man. You took that steak. You ruined it. You guys want to see a tragedy? This is what you have to eat when you have to watch your sodium. I want you to just look at it. It looks like the smiling face of just something that's just dead inside. That is a saltless pretzel. You see that hollow smile? He's all it's just dead inside. It's naked. I thought this stream was safe for work. Did you rinse it off? No, you can buy saltless pretzels. Now, to my credit, I've been doing better about watching my sodium. And I feel fantastic the last couple of days. I had a blood pressure spike on Monday because over the weekend I was kind of bad. I drank a little too much and ate a little too much salt, and it punished me. I feel great today. When I go dry through the week, I feel fantastic. And when I cut down on my sodium, I feel way better, right? And these are great if you're using some kind of a dip. They're perfect because like you get the crunch and the taste of a pretzel, and the dip kind of makes up for the lack of salt. But my gosh, by themselves, it's just sadness. Suede. Too much salt in the chat. Got to cut back somewhere. That's right. Them burgers were good, though. Oh. It was the second day of Myrtle. I had one of the burgers on Saturday. And I was having one on Sunday. And all of a sudden I felt weird. And I was like, shoot. Because I had Chipotle that day, too. Yeah. I felt weird on Sunday, and I know as soon as it happens, I'm like, dadgummit. I know, my body's like, bro, what the frick are you doing? And then the next morning, I had a blood pressure spike. Nothing dangerous, just like I'm on medication for blood pressure, and it's been really great. It's been down in the 120s where they want to see it. And if it gets mid 130s, that's okay. That's not too bad. But it was like 150s. And I was like, dadgummit. Getting old. So on a scale between cardboard and wood chips, how bland is it? It isn't quite cardboard. Yeah. You saw that life alert button? No, I forget what we did with it. I think I gave it to my son. It's not down here anymore. Don't tell Fonzo. What'd you say you ate? Because I've been feeling the same way. If I have to choose an extra 10 years or salt and burger, I choose the latter. Well, no, I can have those things. I just can't have them back to back to back to back. Like, if you think about it, Thursday night, my wife and I go out to eat. I get two Modelo Negras, and then I have like a really good meal, but it's salty. And then Friday night, I drink with you guys. And then Saturday night, I had a burger. I grilled out. We take peppers, onions, and mushrooms, and we throw those in like we got this thing we can put on the grill, and we put foil underneath them so they don't burn. And we spray them, and we put this McCormick's steak seasoning on the peppers, onions, and mushrooms, which is a ton of salt. So I had that on Saturday. Then I had some more drinks Saturday night with my wife. We were playing Nintendo Switch Sports, and I was just throwing them back just because I'm just relaxing, right? And then Sunday, I have Chipotle with my son and another burger. And I also never drink Coke. I cut Coke out of my life completely. I have it like once a week, maybe. Usually every other week, I might have half of one. And I had a Coke with Chipotle. And halfway through dinner, where I was throwing down another burger, I was like, "Oh man, I feel wrong. Something's off. Like I don't feel sick, but I don't feel right." And so I pounded a ton of water and went on a walk. And by the time we were halfway through the walk, I felt fine. But the next morning, whew, I felt my body was like, "What is going on?" I hate to say this, but I quit drinking. I've been sober since the beginning of the year. Dude, it has a huge impact. It does. It has a huge impact on your life. It really does. There was a time where, like, every other night I was having, like, one or two drinks. And it just catches up with you, especially when you're 40. It's like, I'm waking up at 5:50 in the morning, like 10 to 6. I'm waking up, so I have plenty of time in the morning to get everything done that I want to get done. And my 40-year-old body's like, "What the frick are you doing, bro?" So we just had to cut it out completely during the week. I mean, I still have salt because I love Mexican food. And the tortillas and the cheese and the chicken, all of it's got tons of salt in it. So we make our own chicken, so there's almost no salt. And then I cut out all my salty snacks so that when I feel like having a quesadilla, it's not throwing me off. Yeah, he just retracted the message. Message retracted. We didn't do anything. That's adorable, Mo. The HCTZ can only dump so much of the salt. So if you're knocking back burgers every day, it can't keep up. Yeah, I think I want to grill out tonight. It's been enough days. Why do you think I drink so much coffee? It's the only source of calories I'm allowed. In-laws just invited us from carne asada. If you're a fan of Chipotle, they got this new chicken. What's it called? Is it called pollo asada or asada pollo? Is that what it's called? It's so good. For anybody coming in right now, I'm sorry. I got so hungry. I waited too long to eat. I'm just scarfing. Distorted the way I wean myself off a soda, because you're going to get caffeine headaches when you try to. It's called pollo asado. Yeah, it's so good. I've gotten it twice now. The way I did it distorted, because the caffeine headaches hurt. Because it's like, oh golly, your body's like, what's happening? I started by every meal just drinking half of the Coke instead of the full thing. I was like, I'm only going to drink half of it. A really good way to do that is to literally pour out half and then throw the rest away. Like, don't even give yourself the option, right? Cut yourself to half. And then I started just every other meal, no Coke. It's like every other meal I'd get half, every other meal I'd get none. And then I just was like, I don't want it now. Like, water is just what I want with a meal. And that sounds, as someone who drinks lots of Coke, you're like, oh gosh, water with a burger or pizza or wow. Yeah, it's tough because it becomes a part of the palate. It like tastes good with the Coke. It's the magic of that nectar. But that's how I did it. Like, if one of the biggest things with changing your diet that I've learned, and I'm not an expert by any stretch, I'm just giving you my own experience and observation, is people go too extreme and then they can't maintain it. They can't maintain it. They're like, we're going all raw. We're going all organic. We're going all this. I'm like, why don't you just shrink your portions for a week. See if you can manage that. If you can manage that, then, try something else. Just try something that's doable and be like, all right, I'm gonna just this week, half every meal, half of what I typically drink. And that's doable. You can do that, and then after you do that for a week, you cut it down a little bit more. But if you just throw it all out, oh gosh, you're gonna have caffeine headaches. You're gonna feel like crap. You're gonna fall right back into it. Oh, forget this crap. This sucks, and that's why diets typically don't work. Because a diet is like this whole new thing you've got to do instead of just like, dude, why don't you just try a month of way less portions and I don't know, double your water intake every day. Just get yourself a nice water bottle. Drink water everywhere you go. And every time you eat something, eat half of it and just stop. Just see if you can do that. Maybe not half, but like, I don't know. I try to do seltzer water every time I try to quit soda. I love the carbonation. No, yeah, it was hard. I'm not denying that it was hard to store it. I had a really hard time doing it. But I ended up in the hospital. Well, I ended up in the hospital because of stress, like stress-induced. I forget what they called it now. Stress-induced. I forget what they called it. I can't remember the name of it now. But the best way to combat it was to change my diet and my life. Because I can't get rid of the stress and the anxiety quickly. That takes time. Who let Fonzie in the chat? Hey! If you're just tuning in, we have been discussing, not diets, we've been discussing the Fortnite live event leak. Why I think it adds credence to my theory that Epic is building something much larger than the Fortnite Battle Royale. The poll at the top of the chat is with reference to that. Would you play a Fortnite MMORPG or a Metaverse or neither? I happen to think a Fortnite MMORPG could be a massive, massive success and extremely popular. No pun intended. I think it could be epic. And so that's been kind of the topic of discussion. If you're a fan of Fortnite, hit the like button and subscribe button. We'd love to hear from you. We only need 13 more likes for 200 likes. Thank you so much for being here today. We cover all sorts of different topics this morning. We covered God of War Ragnarok and all the new information about the release date that continues to come out. Basically, everything we know about that game is what we covered this morning. And we appreciate the support today as well for this topic. Was it cardiomyopathy? No, because they basically looked at my heart and they said there's nothing wrong with it. They're like, there's nothing wrong. They did a stress test, and then they did this weird picture-taking thing after the stress test. I went back in on a beta blocker that slows your heart rate down, so they can take more pictures when your heart rate's lower. And they're like, there's nothing. There's nothing in there. They're like, you have a healthy heart. You don't even have any of the warning signs of like, what is it, the calcium buildup? Like, you don't have any of that. You don't even have early stage problems. They're like, you have nothing wrong with your heart. They were like, you just have high blood pressure. Gee, I wonder why, right? Gee, I wonder why. I wonder what happened in 2020 that would have led to that. Pop is one of my true weaknesses. As much as I try to put it down, it's too good. I've been able to limit myself to once a week, and that's for my cheat meal. Yeah, I have it very rarely now, yeah. Same Lono, no cap. I have blood tests, multiple tests, once a month, test 24-hour tests. I have weekly palpitations. I take Metoprolol at night, which is like a very low-key beta blocker, to minimize palpitations at night, because my upper chamber has a palpitation, which was making it hard to fall asleep because you can like feel your heartbeat. And you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you, but you can feel it. And they said that, yeah, a lot of times people just have palpitations and you can't feel them throughout the day because you're moving and grooving and doing your thing, but the minute you sit still and lay down, you're like, what the frick's going on? They made me wear like a heart monitor for 2 weeks. It was like a stuck-on thing. And then I mailed it to them. Hypertension can be caused by the condition of the arteries themselves. If they lose some elasticity, it causes an increase in pressure. Huh. Stress can cause all kind of crazy physical manifestations. It's funny because before everything happened, Victor, this is before we even owned the house. This is in 2019. And I remember telling my therapist this. I would get these crazy heart flutters, which were likely palpitations or something. It felt like there was a butterfly right here. It was like, I was like, what the frick is that? And every time it happened, I'd be checking Twitter, and there'd be like a subtweet. Somebody'd be like saying something without saying something, and I'm like, here it comes. I remember once my friends came from college in town, and I couldn't even eat. I had no appetite. They're like, what's wrong? Because I was just sitting there. I was so distracted and consumed by it. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. And then when this happened in 2020, I was in the hospital, I remember thinking back and I was like, some of the earliest examples of this was when I would just check Twitter. I would literally check Twitter and feel it. It was terrible. It was freaking terrible. My wife and I marinate our meat overnight to avoid using salt when we cook. It helps a lot, but requires prep. Yeah. Yeah, there's all kind of things you can do. You know, if you were triggering a fight or flight response, your body's going to go nuts. It's trying to save you from a lion, not sitting down to dinner. Yeah, exactly, Zubair, because you think everything's under threat. You think your very life is under threat. So yeah, fight or flight. You're like, oh, like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? Yeah. Yeah. I thought giving people insight into everything that happened would have maybe opened some folks' eyes, but you know, back when we were doing what we were doing. Were your potassium levels normal? I have no idea, brother. I don't know. I don't have like diabetes or something, so I'm not checking my blood. Are you still on Olotapine? Autocorrect wouldn't let me type it. It turned into a meme joke instead. Yeah, Olotapine. No, amlodipine. Yeah, I'm still on that. I've been there. Trauma lives in the body. Yeah. Yeah. We spent a lot of therapy. We spent a lot of therapy sessions just about what if this happens. I spent an entire session of therapy about what if I don't get to host E3. Because when they made the announcement, I thought the end was nigh. I thought it's not going to happen. I'm going to get toasted. I had a whole session about that with him. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's going to happen. Something happened with the contract. I haven't gotten a call yet. I don't know. Somebody called in. Biscoff cookies. That's right. Somebody sent an email. Somebody made a phone call. I can't get a response. I don't know what's going on. Because that happened with the Borderlands 3 event. I was supposed to get travel itinerary, and then just all communication stopped. And I was like, what? I just didn't get to go. They just rescinded the invite and never told me why. And that's what I thought was going to happen with E3. So I spent like an entire session. And I remember my first agent, he wasn't very good. My second agent, she was a rock star. But my first agent, I remember telling him that this was going on in the industry. And he's like, that doesn't happen. He's like, you're not blacklisted. He was like, that doesn't happen, bro. I was like, are you sure you're in the right industry? You sweet summer child. You are in the wrong industry, bro. Oh, man. That doesn't happen, bro. Oh, friggity frick, man. Unbelievable. He was really bad at his job. He's the reason that the E3 thing almost fell through. He's the reason. He got real cantankerous with Twitch because one of the lines of the contract was perpetual use of my imagery. And he was like, a standard contract is 12 months of use of your imagery. Like, if they want to use my face to promote E3 next year. I was like, what are you doing? Just get the thing. I just want to sign the thing. Because the contract went to him first before it came to me. And he kicked it back to Twitch and was like, we don't want the perpetual use of his imagery. We want a year. And literally, my former partner manager DMs me and he was like, bro, your agent is going to cost you this job. And I was like, what? He was like, all I know is that he kicked the contract back and now they're not sure if they're going to go with you. Oh my gosh. I'm like, what a dream come true. I get on the phone with this guy. I all but fire him right there on the spot. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you did, but I got somebody at the staff telling me that we're about to lose the contract. I said, what did you do? And he tells me, and I'm like, bro, this is like a dream come true. Just send the contract to me. I said, I even told Twitch, I was like, you can deal with me directly. You don't got to deal with him. I was so angry. I was so infuriated. I was like, I don't care if they use my likeness infinitely. Who cares? If they promote the event and they're throwing my face on something, that's like really good for me. Yeah, tell your agent he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. They won't be using your image anytime soon. That's right. Why would you not ask the client what he wants to do? That's kind of important. Oh, man. Like, it was so frustrating, Zubair, because at one point, I had to tell my new agent, because she was awesome, but I had to tell her, I said, can we set up an email for you to blind carbon copy me on everything? I want you to blind carbon copy me on everything. And she's like, well, typically we don't do that because there's so many things going on. We don't want you to see all those opportunities that you just don't get. I'm like, I can take it on the chin. I want to see what's being said. So if I can step in, I'm going to step in. Because you guys remember Gamer Advantage, the glasses company that I worked with? The asking Lono what he wants to do is almost always a mistake. Shut up. So I wanted to work with them. And so I had my agent reach out. And she knew that I knew, everybody knew, that stipend contracts are far superior to codes. Because, like, look, let me just organically wear or use or show your stuff off, and if people buy it, great. Just pay me a stipend every month. I'm banking over 1 million views a month, right? Like, I'm having thousands of people watch me throughout the day. It's worth your money for me to just be promoting your product. So stipend contracts are far superior, okay? So she gets in negotiations with them and everything breaks down. And she comes back and she's like, they just didn't come to the table with anything. And I'm like, what? I don't understand. I was like, I've been interacting with the CEO. So I'm not kidding you. I DM the CEO and I'm like, I want to work with you guys. Can we talk? And he's like, here's my phone number. So I call him on the phone. He explains to me what happened. He's like, yeah, she wanted to do a stipend contract. We explained that we were not in a position to do that. We're a new company. We can't afford that. He was like, I'll tell you what, if you really need it to be a stipend contract, he's like, here's how much I can offer you per month. I'm like, scratch that. Let's get this set up. Send me some frames. I love the frames. Send me some more so I can swap them out each day because that gets people's attention. Like, oh, new frames? Oh, new frames? Passive marketing, passive integration. I don't got to sit here and be like, hey, look at the glasses. I just switch the frames out every other day or every couple of days. I said, and let's just do a code with a percentage. I said, because I want to work with you guys. I was like, you guys are starting out. You're a family man. I'm a family man. We brokered the deal. And that's when I had a phone call conversation with her. And I said, I want to see everything that transpires. I said, I need to see everything that's said. Because these guys are a great company to work with. And we about burnt the bridge because you're so dead set on stipend contracts. It's like, yes, stipend is the ideal, but so is having a bunch of great companies that you're working with. You can't burn every bridge just because they won't do a stipend. You work your way up to that. The coffee company was doing a percentage and a stipend. We were selling like 100 bags a week before everything happened. So it was like I need to see everything that's being said because I don't know what the frick's going on. It sounds like someone who had an aspect of the industry but doesn't fully comprehend E3 came calling back when you could at least see it. Right. Sounds like your agent must not have been a big fan of you. No, she was. She thought I was a rock star because she switched. So they were an old media company that wanted to get into new media. So they sought me out and they booked me. And I got E3 by myself, by the way. I didn't get E3 through my agency. Twitch reached out to me and wanted me to come host because DJ Wheat liked me. And I went to their hosting workshop or whatever. And so the this company, they were old media and they want to get into new media. And being in old media, they didn't have the connections that they needed. So she couldn't get me any hosting work. I hosted E3 by myself. I got the shoutcasting thing in New York by myself. I got to do Twitch Rivals by myself. My agency never once procured any hosting work for me. Not once. And so she was switching agencies to this huge agency that's deep embedded in esports. So she calls me and she tells me this. She says, I'm switching to this agency. They have so many great opportunities in esports and in gaming. They're fully plugged in. They own one of the organizations. I forget their name. I forget their name now because she told me. Was it HyperX? It was something like that. Anyway, it wasn't that. It was something like that. And she was like, and I'm bringing you with me. She was like, because one of the significant challenges that we've faced, is she's like, I don't have any connections here at Abrams or whatever the name of the agency was. She's like, we just don't have any connections. She's like, so I'm trying to break down the door and then try to break down the door for you. She's like, at this agency, she's like, the door's wide open. She's like, I'll already have an open door and then I can shove you in front of people and say, use this guy. So she was going to get me a ton of work. Well, we had never signed a contract. Like a week later, everything happened. So, you know, I just never heard from her again. That was just the end of it. That said, the convo should play out between you and your team regardless. Let me say this, though. It doesn't always play out that way. Your agent lawyer is immovable. A good handful of companies just BS you when you get to the table, especially when you're the lawyer or the agent. I've had plenty of discussions where the other party is not even negotiating in good faith, and the actual terms of the contract are complete BS compared to what they say to the client. You ain't try reaching out to her again? I mean, she works with some of the people. I think she works with Dado. So yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. That'll go over real well. No. So I'm not crazy. Oh, so people are taking issue with the She-Hulk CGI. I'm just not seeing the problem. I don't know. I'm not seeing what you guys are seeing. I don't see the issue. I knew this was going to be a problem with She-Hulk. I knew this was going to be a problem with She-Hulk because she looks like a person. She looks like a person. Like Hulk and Thanos don't look like a person. They look like an alien with person features. So she has to look like a green woman. She looks too cartoony. They set the bar with Thanos. I'm not saying that it looks great, but I'm also saying that, like, I kind of anticipated her not looking that good because the issue is Some of it does seem like lighting too. Like Thanos is literally sitting in the sunlight, so you're seeing a lot more detail and shadows, and she's in like a dimly lit environment. She's like indoors or something. So you're not seeing as much skin detail. But I don't know. I thought that was going to be a challenge for She-Hulk because it's literally a green woman. It's just a big, strong green woman. It's not bad. It's just meh. And I think it's because it's She-Hulk. They can't do like what they do with Vision, right? There's like things they can do. Imagine Vision just running around with that purple makeup on. You'd be like, that looks stupid. It just looks like somebody put purple makeup on his face. But they do like CGI and they do like pieces and physical parts. And with her, it's just like, she's just got green skin. Like, what are you going to do with that? CGI works best the further away from realistic it lands. Yeah, she's landing in the uncanny valley. That's the problem. Is that you can sense it's not real and not right, so your mind rejects it as cartoony. Lack of dynamic range in the environment should help the CGI. It's why CGI in the rain looks better. Why Jurassic Park had so much rain. Squish the dynamic range. Right. I could see that. I'm just saying, like, you're not seeing the detail in her skin. She looks very plain. It looks like just like a plain green. Gamora, they just use makeup. They're having to use CGI for She-Hulk. Because they want her... that's the difference, right? Gamora doesn't change. Gamora's just a chick with green makeup on. Right? That's all they have to do. Like Ahsoka. Ahsoka's just a chick with orange makeup on. That's it. That's all you got to do. So with She-Hulk, they have to. They're changing what a real person looks like with CGI, but she has to continue to look like a real person. Do you know what I mean? So that's why, like, Vision and Gamora. And even Nebula, it's all makeup. It's all physical items, except when something like moves or something on Nebula's head. We're gonna nitpick stills from a video and claim how terrible it looks. We doing Horizon Forbidden West again? Yeah, I think that the problem is, though, Abe, when she's moving around, I see what people are talking about. I'm like, yeah, it looks kind of silly. What do you want? That's the problem with She-Hulk. She-Hulk is just a slightly bigger green version of herself. Okay, but Thanos? No, but Thanos is like an alien. He's purple. His head shape is odd. That's not what Josh Brolin looks like. Vision's a blend of CGI and makeup. He's a blend. Yeah. Zoe Saldana is great. She was a good Uhura. Yeah. She was a good Uhura. I think it looks fine. This looks like a resolution thing to me. Everyone's having issues with the green screen. What about Bruce and regular Hulk then, though? Because it doesn't look like a real person. It looks like Hulk with a slightly inspired Mark Ruffalo face. It's Hulk. You see what I'm saying? Imagine if you would have made Mark Ruffalo slightly bigger than he is and green, but still kind of looking like Mark Ruffalo. You would have said the same thing. It looks kind of cartoony. It looks kind of silly. For canon's sake, She-Hulk looks like dog crap. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't want to make her look angry and monsterish. I mean, I'll admit, this comparison with her and Hulk, again, I feel like it's a lighting thing. He's sitting in the sunlight, and she's in her apartment. So you're seeing more texture in his skin from the sunlight hitting it, and she looks They're also trying to make her look pretty and not gruff. They're trying to make her look pretty. So she looks almost like a doll, and he looks like an ogre. Here, I'll show you guys the picture that I'm looking at. We're well off the rails, so why the frick not? I think so much of this is lighting. It's like the Thanos picture. It's like, okay, yeah, this is from the show. That Hulk is in the show, by the way. If you haven't seen the trailer, sorry for the spoiler, but he's in the show, and he looks like that. So they're using CGI to make him in the show. I guess that's what already established. And then she looks like this. But again, the sunlight's hitting him, so you're seeing more creases in his face, more texture differences in his skin. There's even a little bit of a glint and glare above his left eye, right? There's some white. And then she looks like a doll. But again, that's going to be the difference. He's supposed to be gruff, kind of gritty, kind of rough around the edges, and she's supposed to be smooth skin, kind of sexy. And that's just going to be tough to do. That's what She-Hulk looks like. She looks like a green supermodel bodybuilder hybrid. They aim for two different looks with She-Hulk and Hulk. She's supposed to be beautiful. He's supposed to be rough and rugged. If you haven't watched this woman in Orphan Black, you're missing out. Great actress. I think she looks great. I think that's what I expected She-Hulk to look like. I think the problem with She-Hulk is there are scenes with her as CGI and others that have paint. I think if the paint didn't exist, the CGI would be more accepted, but still judged. She-Hulk's always looked more human-like than Hulk. Yeah, look at that picture Fuzzy just put in there for Fox Kids. She looks like she walked off the set of Baywatch. She's wearing a swimsuit, all shapely and hot. That's going to be the issue. I knew I should have. I didn't think to do a prediction about this. Green screen issues. Yeah, she does look kind of funny there. But why would there be green screen issues? They didn't have green screen issues with Gamora or Hulk. Why would they have green screen issues with her? Her skin being smooth means there's some perceived loss in detail. Yes, because she's supposed to look. That's just the nature of comic books, man. The women are always level 10 hot, and that She-Hulk is supposed to be. I mean, the first clip in the trailer is her ample backside, and you're like, whoa, what's She-Hulk doing, right? I guess she's been doing some squats. She's supposed to look like that. Oh yeah, you make her that big, make her huge compared to make her huge. Well, she is big too. Yeah, she's tall in that apartment scene, right? She grows in size. She-Hulk is just fan service. I should have done a prediction on this because I remember thinking that. I don't know if I ever said it out loud, She-Hulk's going to be tough for them to do because it's just a big green woman and it's going to look funny. She's going to look awkward in the scene. She's bigger than everybody else, but she's still just like a hot green woman. You know what I mean? It's not like Gamora. Gamora is literally in those scenes touching and interacting with Quill. Like that, you know what I mean? It's like that's a real person standing there. You're never going to quite get the CGI, or at least right now. Even when Hulk was in scenes with people, it was like you could tell he wasn't there. It's very low-key immersion breaking. They did a good job with it, but I think people, I was expecting it to look like this. When I saw the trailer and I saw people criticizing it, I was like, I don't understand. It looks like She-Hulk to me. It looks like a big green lady. That's kind of what I was expecting. Right there, compared to Hulk. The issue I think people are taking is she almost looks cartoony. He's actually in the show.
Oh, no, they're mad that she's wearing a shirt.
No, they're not mad she's wearing a shirt. People are taking issue with the CGI specifically. They've been drawing comparisons like... Is
it a movie or a video game?
It's a TV show.
Because she looks like a video game and he looks like a TV show.
Yeah, my wife just kind of confirmed people's criticism. She said that he looks like a TV show and she looks like a video game. That's what people have been saying, that she looks so disconnected. She looks like a cartoon. That's clipping. Oh, is there actual CGI clipping in that scene? Are you sure that hasn't been photoshopped and fiddled with? Is that a direct screenshot, Paul? It does look like they're struggling with green screen. Why would they be struggling with green screen? That's from me. You just screenshotted that. I don't understand why they would be struggling with green screen. Look at this thing that Paul just showed me. Okay, so this is directly screenshotted from the trailer, and look at my mouse. Look at her shoulder. Look. Like, this is like year one streamer 101, like how to properly chroma key. And like they're messing with, like her shoulders glitched out. Look at her hair. It looks like somebody went into Photoshop and literally took a brush and like roughly cut. There's like straight lines. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Like look at the straight lines. Straight up, straight over, straight over, straight up, straight over. That's a classic like hold the shift button down Photoshop trick to get straight lines. Like somebody cut her out in Photoshop. That does look really bad. I will actually 100% agree with that. As somebody with graphic design background and as someone who used to do chroma key and OBS for my live streams, this is garbage. Like, this is hot garbage from Disney. No, are you freaking kidding me? You have more money than anybody. You should be making the literal greatest stuff. That looks like trash. That was like the really, really bad deep fake of Luke in Mando. It was like, my gosh, who did this? Yeah, Sven, that GIF doesn't bother me. That GIF doesn't bother me. That, again, that's what I expected. I expected shapely, hot She-Hulk, and I expected her to look a little weird because it's a big green woman. It's not Hulk or Thanos or an alien. It's not Gamora with body paint. It's a I don't know. It's like when you use an AI to remove the background on stream. Right. They have time to fix that, though. It's not like Marvel hasn't gone back and fixed things. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets the Sonic treatment. They're going to give this the Sonic treatment. They're going to go back and say, this looks bad. We can't ship this. This is getting shredded. Easy to notice in a still shot. How noticeable is it in action? When I watched it in action, I thought her hair looked funny in that scene. And then when you freeze it, it gets worse. You're like, oh gosh. I'm no expert, but why not use a blue screen instead of a green screen? Well, blue is tough as well because you saw her jacket. Like if her jacket has any shades of blue in it at all. Light reflecting on her shoulder, shadows in the cloth. I mean, there's so many things that can make using a blue screen tough because blue is a darker color. Green is like a sharp, it's like a bright neon green. That's why they use it. Just needs to look more muscular. I think she looks fine as far as her musculature. I think she looks odd and out of place in a lot of the scenes. Oops. I think that scene she's CGI. If it was real, the lighting would be on point. Since they're using room, they use Mando or Boba Fett. Shouldn't she be taller? I don't know. Yeah, she is taller than people in some of the scenes, and in some scenes it looks like she's the same height as everybody else. So I'm not sure what's happening. Is she growing? Is like I don't know. Ah, I popped my ankle. It felt so good. Gun uses blue. Oh yeah, they're using blue screen there for Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, that's probably because of Gamora. I don't know if Gunn always uses blue, but he used blue in Guardians of the Galaxy probably because of Gamora. But then what do you do? What do you do with Yondu? I mean, he's blue. Should be like 7 feet tall. I can see the point. She-Hulk is not roided out like Hulk, but the CGI in the scene, which could be real to me, can be ridiculous like that one. Yeah, how'd they do that with Yondu? A blue screen with blue characters. That's interesting to me. Wanda or maybe Avengers uses green. I don't know if there's a method to the madness. Elizabeth Olsen is like so cute. It hurts. All right. Save that. Maybe they kept switching screens. I don't know. People always hate. Look, man, I'm not hating. I was defending how she looked, and then I looked at a couple of scenes and I was like, man, what the frick? This is Bush League. I also don't expect them to spend a ton of money on the She-Hulk TV series. The returns can't be there. Yeah, I mean the fact that they got Ruffalo, you know what I mean? That's kind of big. Let's do that. Whoops, let's do that. Okay. After 2 years of going to work every day, I finally got the sickie. Oh, Robert. I know so many people that had such a good track record and then got hit by it. My brother was doing great and then got hit. The hair looks really off. Yeah, to be fair, if you think about CGI, what is Hulk and Thanos and all those other characters have in common? Do any of them have like long flowing hair? Like hair is kind of tough to do, isn't it? I don't know. Thanos is bald. Hulk's just kind of scruffy. I don't know. There could be something to do with that. Like they're just struggling with the hair. I don't know. Marvel shows have a 10 to 15 million per episode budget. She-Hulk has 9 episodes, so the budget's between 90 to 135 million. Here's one of the hardest things to render. Yeah, like Captain Marvel's hair looked kind of bad in some of those scenes. I remember that. Yeah, Captain Marvel's hair looked kind of bad in some of those scenes. I 100% remember that. Yeah. Does it matter if it's green or blue screen when those characters don't actually exist? They're CG placed into the scene. Well, yeah, but they recorded it somewhere, and that's where they use the green and the blue screens. Okay. I'm getting ready. For the next show. We didn't have much today, and so we thought maybe the Fortnite thing might pull The topic this morning was good, but it's just one of those things that run out of steam, you know, pretty quickly. Why not just have a wig? There's a new game announcement from Marvel Entertainment tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. And it looks like CG. It looks like New Verse and Second Sinner. It looks like it's going to be that Snap game. Yeah, because it looks like a what if. It looks like a what if thing. Here, we'll cover that. We'll cover this in the next stream too. We'll cover this on radio. We'll watch the trailer. Yeah, they make it very, very clear it's something multiverse because of the clip that I just watched. All right, let me retweet this. Yeah, the discussions today have been fantastic. It's just one of the natures of a live environment. Like when stuff runs out of steam, we just got to cut it. Okay. All right. Yeah, 4 minutes. We might just have to bump all those premieres, creature, that you were going to have hitting. Because we can't stay here anymore. We are completely out of steam. Okay. Redirect will take you to the next channel. We are heading over to Reforge Radio. I've got Call of Duty Warzone 2 leaks. I got a new Marvel game announcement with actual footage from the game, it seems. We're going to take a look at that. I've got other news about Deathloop sequel and what the voice actors are doing. Lots of stuff to discuss over on Reforge Radio. We clearly can't cover all the gaming news here on Reforge Gaming. We covered Ragnarok, we covered Fortnite, and now we're heading over to radio for a nice recap of all the other gaming news things that are going on. I am going to put a link in chat, but the redirect seems to be working better. Funny enough, it's working better when we switch to another channel, so it should take you over to the other channel. I'll see you over there. Thanks so much for watching. Let's head over to radio for more great gaming news coverage.